should have did while I was in there. I upgraded my shit. Dripping with the blood, nigga. I'm a vampire with the thugs, nigga. I be turned up like a natural. Hey, I be about to natural. I be immortal, nigga. You can't do it. Oh, no, no. I don't even know the heck I'm at.
I have this thirst for blood.
So where am I?
These rent is an excessively human environment. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
What is that? I ain't get stuff back to my name.
Good evening, my dear colleague.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
What kind of medicine you got, man? Appreciate you, baby. Alright, man. I just did a complete circle.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr.Reid. Come on in.
Where is Dorothea? Dorothea! Ah, sure.
Welcome back, Dr. Reid.
Good evening, nurse. How should I address you? Dorothy? Dorothea? Miss Crane?
Dorothy is all right. If you don't mind me calling you Jonathan.
That's fine with me.
What can I do for you then, Jonathan?
How is the sanitary situation in Whitechapel?
I don't know whether you have undertaken your own patrols or examinations, but local health seems stable.
How are things going in the dispensary?
Things are going fine since we made our arrangement.
Do you have many patients?
A few, but most of them just pass through and go back home, especially since those vigilantes stormed the building on the night you were here.
Have there been any more attacks by the uniformed men?
No. It looks like they have found another business to extort.
How are things going?
Things are...
I hope you've stopped jeopardizing this facility with your illegal business, Dorothy.
Yes, I have. Most of the time. But the blackmail money is too useful to stop it completely. I just target less dangerous people.
Who is the current victim?
I would rather you did not know. You are my client, not my accomplice. Besides, I'm much more cautious since the first time you found me.
Why did you blackmail Lady Ashbury? She's a generous person. You could have asked her for money directly.
She killed those patients, I'm sure of that. I know you like her, but that gingerhead has a taste for blood.
Man, dang.
Tell me about yourself, Dorothy.
There is not much to say. My real name is Dorothea Crasciunescu. I was born in Romania, and I may have been the best nurse Pembroke ever had, before you fired me.
Do you regret your time at Pembroke?
I miss the energy. There was so much to do, so much to learn. Even though I was double-crossing the board, I felt I was part of something worthwhile there.
Do you think about going back to Romania? Once the war is over and the epidemic here has been contained.
Jonathan, this war will be over long before you will see any improvement in Whitechapel's sanitary situation.
Do you need medical help, Dorothy?
I'm a professional nurse. Rest assured, I'll ask for your help if I need it.
Do you trust me?
You forced me to resign after you caught me trying to save a dying patient. Of course I trust you. You're a blackmailer, just like me.
I ain't no
I'm
blackmailer.
not afraid of dying. The epidemic is deadly and very contagious.
I'm more afraid of being locked in a cell. I've seen what most hospitals do to the sick staff. They keep them hidden to avoid panic.
Show me what you have in stock, please.
Woo. Bless me.
Cordial can be the answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money.
Here come the fight of a dang century. Cause these niggas ain't gonna wanna let me leave.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Kill it, boy!
niggas don't want to let me leave, bro. I ain't got no problems. But y'all finna have a problem. Look at that. And I will put... Just how we handle that whole situation right there. They was trying to hold me hostage in that bed.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with the fever. Came here in the first place.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reid. I like a man who speaks his mind.
Hiding your true appetites behind a facade of compassion. Bravo. Very clever indeed.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
We are vampires. We live by leeching the blood from weaker prey. We are Darwin's next chapter. His cynical and perhaps ultimate expression.
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
I must confess I have not put an end to the blackmail, my lady. Unfortunately, I could not bring myself to do it.
I'm so disappointed in you, Jonathan. I didn't expect this from you.
Lady Ashbury, you yourself admitted how ridiculous the sum of money was. I can assure you, it was all used for charitable ends.
Well, you are full of surprises, aren't you, Jonathan? All right, say I trust you, but you will still pay the ransom. That is only fair. After all, it was you who failed to bring this problem to a satisfactory conclusion.
I believe I could agree to that.
And since a lady always keeps her promises, I will now answer any questions you may have.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain, more than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society, and like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Excuse my forwardness, but... are you my maker?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London Vampire Society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then?
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Scowls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
What type of vampire is a Scowl?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
I bid you farewell. For now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient. Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Oh, Dr. Swansea. Let me see what other little. I gotta go get him this for the headache. I ain't gonna kill him. I just gotta treat him for the headache. What the hell? I gotta get him migraine medicine, cold, bronchitis, migraine, and fatigue. Let's see what I got. Couldn't treat all these dang people. So I got the fatigue. I got the anemia, sepsis. I got one for bronchitis. I got one for the cold, pneumonia. Got two for a migraine.
Good evening.
Evening, Dr. Reid.
Do you need medical attention?
Don't get me wrong, sir. I'm grateful for what you've done, but I've never felt comfortable with doctors.
I'm certain you have your reasons. But let me assure you, I'm not like other doctors you may have consulted with.
It is true. You risked your life to save me, after all. It would be impolite to refuse your counsel.
And I refuse me, nigga. I kill you,
Goodbye,
cuz.
Mr. Thatcher. Try to take care of yourself.
Refuse my help if you want to. I get to the talking about the West End, bitch. I ain't in no West End. Or maybe I am. Ever put your hands on me again, boy.
It's locked, all right.
Litter in the street.
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Goodbye, young man.
Someday you'll understand. You've wasted your
Good evening,
life
Benjamin.
away.
Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reid.
Have you any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I visited her dispensary recently. If I'd heard about it sooner, it would have made life easier.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
I can try to help your body heal, sir. But you must stop destroying it.
The war destroyed me, Doctor.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Who else I get something to over here? Mason Swanborough. I did meet him. He over there in the little quarantine zone. So I just gave him some. He got a migraine. That bitch got a cold neck ass nigga. And this.
As long as you have the money.
Stop trying to sell your shit on
When
these streets.
science fails you.
Who the hell is this? Oh, that's that old punk ass nigga. I ought to kill him.
Who distribute flowers this
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reid. Come on in.
Where you go, man? Get your old ass back here.
Yes?
Do you need some help, Mr. Petrescu?
I am very tired, but that is all. I don't need you, Doctor.
Well,
you
I
go get
think
the
you
medicine
do.
and shut up.
Take this,
Talking about you don't need
and you'll
me,
feel
nigga.
better.
You need all my help.
Drugs from an English doctor. It must be my lucky day.
Man,
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
say one more funny thing. Y'all motherfuckers be trying me. Kill all y'all. Where the hell am I going? Oh yeah, this is wrong. Ain't that wrong with you? Ain't that wrong with you? I can kick your ass. Okay, him his bronchitis medicine. Oh, that's the old poet neck ass nigga that's sitting behind the goddamn church. Hey, baby, how you doing?
Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind, Mr. Reid?
What do you know about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
That woman is a saint. She's living proof that a strong will is sometimes all you need to make a difference.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Yeah, keep your old coochie settling ass away from me, though. I don't want none of you. Hey, bro, are you good? What's the purpose of doing that then? What is this? Hey, get your old punk ass back here.
Good evening, Mr. Nethercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I don't know much about the woman.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something.
Oh, shut up.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
That little bit nasty. They said they have read somebody first they dead. Let me stop me in here. That bit.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
What's the purpose of that dang balcony over there? Fine. I'll just stand up there just see what happens. Got him there, okay, got him his stuff. Got 2 more hits about your head. Bro, I'm not joining no party, leave me the fuck alone. Shit, fucking aggravating ass nigga. As soon as you get on the game, that's the first thing you fucking do. I don't even know what's the purpose of this. Is it just here for no fucking reason? Man, leave me the fuck alone, man. God damn, man. Ain't nobody joining that damn party. Shit. Hey.
It's locked.
Ooh, they got the damn key to this damn thing. Right, it's a fucking wall on this side. Ain't this kind of bitch. Well, I guess I can run back right here and find Mr. O, you know who, cause I don't know where the hell I found that dude at. I was just nigga running around shit.
Would you like me to revive you?
You can revive this dick and shut up there.
Pay me a glass and I'll be cheap.
Soon the time will
Oh, no. Let me get away from her. She said, pay me. Oh, what the hell am I? Oh, who the fuck is that? Oh, one of you niggas. Hey, buddy, how you doing? No. Nope. fucking spray me with that stuff. Oh, buddy. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What the fuck is that? Oh. Your oversized ass. Oh no, you ain't grabbing me. Whole punk ass out of here. This room is just one big ass square. Really? What the hell up here? Oh, got me an axe, bitch. I'ma hatchet me a nigga. And gon' ratchet me a nigga. Man, whoop his ass. Big ass out here. What you think this is? Like I'm in the corner.
This could be the box Lewis thought he lost.
Barrett. Who the hell is Barrett?
A love letter from Joe Peterson's wife, addressed to Barrett Lewis. Who should I give it to, I wonder?
That bitch is done. It took my damn half all the way down. It's like another hot end to a hot trail. I'm a vampire, nigga. I will not scare easily. And, oh. I find that damn quarantine zone.
Sorry, sir, no one to leave. Lively! It's on to us! Look here! Gone out like
I cannot enter.
Pay for peace of mind. Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can... Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? I found this box in an abandoned building nearby. I believe it belongs to you.
Let's have a look. Yeah, this is mine. So, you faced those loons that roam around there. Extraordinary.
I suppose I was lucky.
Luck is a commodity round here. Yours should be properly rewarded.
About this package, it's not just tools and trinkets, is it?
I want to be rude or anything after your kind gesture, but it's none of your business.
Do you have any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I guess what she does for people makes it all right in the end.
Barrett, you had an affair with Joe's wife, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. She's the only woman I loved. My first regret is that she stayed with Joe after Harry was born. The second is I never shed a tear when she died.
Did you ever try talking to Joe?
Never. But I suspected he knew everything, even without knowing it. And he decided to make me pay in his own way.
Do you mean you're Harry's father?
No one will ever know for sure. And it's better that way. And I don't believe I'd have been all that bad as a dad.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Cheap price, good quality.
You again? What do you want this time?
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
She's doing good work. I saw her yesterday and told her she could call on me if she ever felt threatened. You know what I mean?
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Good evening, Harry. May I come in?
Sure. Sure. Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So, may I ask...
I'm not bothered.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
Have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
This nigga in here eating Doritos, Fritos, chili Fritos, flamingos.
Do you remember when Barrett Lewis was close to your family? To your mother?
Not really. I was too young. But I remember it was a happier time. Mr. Lewis was funny. He often had dinner with us.
Why are you sad, then?
Because it hurts to remember a time when my father used to laugh and smile. It hurts to realise he's as sad as me now.
How was he towards you?
He was nice, I guess. He never forgot my birthday. He always offered me books. I liked books.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
I don't remember where the hell I went to find his old chinky chank ass. I hate when this game freeze up like this. They gotta wait.
like me to revive you?
I'm getting away from you.
Pay me a glass and I'll be gentle. Pay me a bottle and I'll be...
Yeah, none of my own idea. I'm still trying to figure out what's the purpose of this. On, little nigga. Oh yeah, quarantine done right over here. Hey, how y'all fellas doing? Don't interfere with my affairs again. Hold on, wait. Why the hell was that damn Okay, I went wait, no. Little homies. You got little Franken homies. I'm gonna do this. Go ass out the way. What's up? Go ass out the damn way. Back your ass the fuck up. Oh, what the fuck? Big bitch. Fuck that. I just do that. Oh wow, they ain't even let me use the dang move, bro. Okay, now I gotta fight these two again. Which is some boo-boo. This quarantine down. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. How many of y'all in here? Alright, bitch, first off, you ain't gonna be hitting me like that no more. Throw ass out the way. Oh, you gonna call all your little goonies on me, huh? You gonna call all your little goonies, nigga? No. I just like you. Wow, I walked right into that one. You and all your little goonies ain't gonna be beating on me. Oh, I beat that way too early. Come here. You mother! Your stupid ass out of here. Oh, that nigga about to kill me. It's me and you, little buddy. Oh. All this stuff. That nigga called these little goonies on me. They was jumping my ass. The heck? Oh shit.
Good evening, sir. It's me again.
Leave me alone, I say, whoever you are.
Think I need level 3? God damn.
All right. I shan't insist. Goodbye for now, sir.
Well, I got other stuff I need to go do. I ain't come back to help your ass no more. Go away. Wait. I could go that way and go that way and go that way, go way through that. You missed, bitch. Call me out my damn name again. Call me no fear in my alpha and base. Ooh, rat, come here.
I can't believe I'm doing this. I have this thirst for blood.
Hey, rat, come here.
This is despicable.
Somebody help you. Where the hell you at? I heard somebody help me. I don't know where the hell you at.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Okay, I'm gonna go back this way. See if we can find out what the hell was somebody help me, cause I don't. Okay, I don't see nothing. Alright, we're gonna... See? That's why I get confused at. Somebody help me, but ain't... Nobody here need no damn help. Well, if it is, I just ain't ran across it yet. Walking all on these people graves and crap, they gonna come out the ground and whoop my ass.
I have this thirst for blood.
It's a big ass cemetery. Get off me! No sir! First off, don't you put your hands on me no more. Second of all, you better back up, nigga. I tell you back up. Why not the other nigga out there? I don't even damn know. What the hell? Oh yeah, we get some fight up in here though. Come on with it, nigga. Out of here. I'm trying to still figure out. Okay, I'm getting closer to it. Oh.
What do you want?
Nope.
Somebody!
Oh! I'm still trying to figure out why you in the dang cemetery, lady.
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Xiaoxun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reid. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Alright, baby.
It's locked.
Damn it. Whoa, what the hell? Ran through the whole cemetery just to put in work. Right back out the other side. Mother! Throw your ass out the way. Oh, bitch. Okay, bitch, you got one more time to shoot me. Ain't no running, nigga. Stop messing with me. I don't even know what the hell I came out of there. What the hell? Where the hell am I? What's up here? Whoa! Wrong neighborhood.
Not a good place for a stroll.
Hold up, wait a minute. You gonna tell me?
Come any closer.
No. It's one of them. And what the fuck is a one of them supposed to look like? I'm gonna go straight up try my G mode.
I can't believe I'm doing this. It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Widow in distress. What the hell is that?
Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak. But I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here, but it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
And why not? What did Stoker say about the Children of the Night? Well, using my blood, I could create a whole army of vampires.
Surely you're joking.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
Stop right now!
To find a way to go, I say block. Block it.
There's one of them vermin!
Call me no damn vermin, nigga. I ain't no rat. Even though it's a varmint. They call me a fucking rat. upgrade some weapons around here.
There's nothing to do with the wet boots, I say.
These parts will be running completely amok.
I have this thirst for blood. Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reid. Could I come in?
Why? What do you want?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm investigating the flu epidemic in this area.
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in? Just grow eyes in the back of that head, sir. Gentlemen are easy targets in these parts.
It's locked, all right.
What's wrong around this lady house?
I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries people most these days. I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep. So you have questions about the flu, then?
Yes, among other things.
Forgive my rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strangers coming in the house.
How is life around here?
Life has always been hard in the East End. But it's everywhere nowadays, isn't it?
Do you think the increase in violence has anything to do with the epidemic?
Don't know. But it's most likely linked to the gangs, if you ask me. Recently, it's like everyone has had to pick a side.
Violence has always fed on poverty, don't you think? It's a cruel law of the human condition.
And selfishness is their rotten fruit. These days, you can just die in the gutter, and no one will bat an eye.
May I ask what you do for a living, Mrs. Fishburne?
Since my husband died, I worked at the Dawson Rope factory, but it closed before the war. I occasionally help at the night asylum, in exchange for food.
Did your husband die in the war?
Oh no, my Jack was a docker. He died when my Seymour was just a lad. The poor boy saw his dad slip and fall from that scaffolding.
How do you pay the rent, then?
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad. He's very attached to the house he grew up in. It's not always easy, but we get by all right.
The orphan that regards you as a mother. Please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy. Most people are so selfish.
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't forgotten how it feels to go through days with nothing but an empty stomach.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep.
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr. Reid.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
Man, it's a big ass location to be looking for a goddamn thing.
This is a slaughterhouse. From Seymour to my beloved mother Stella. Fishburne, that sneaky bastard.
Oh, Seymour, where are you?
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
I have retrieved the gift for your mother, sir.
Great. Give it here then and take this for your trouble.
I also found the corpses. The ones under which you left the necklace, Mr. Fishburne.
Ah, so that's where I left it. I can be a bit stupid sometimes.
As a man of science, I'd like to try to understand why you killed those people.
Why does there need to be a reason? They were just there. It happened. That's all.
You're not a mindless animal, Seymour. Surely you have something to say about these murders. Speak up and I will listen without judgment.
Could be right, Dr. Reid. Maybe it'll do some good to confide in a gentleman like you. You being educated and all.
Tell me about your victims, Seymour. Who were they? Why them? Was there a link?
Why should there be? They just kept getting on my nerves at the worst times, that's all.
How many? How many victims?
It's not like I keep records. It happens when it happens.
You feel nothing, do you? No empathy for your victims at all?
You seem pretty calm yourself, don't you?
We're not talking about me.
That right? Well, our calm's the only thing we have in common then.
Did you take pleasure in killing them, Seymour? All those people, all those lives extinguished.
I take no pleasure from it. Just gives me peace. Stills the anger. For a time.
This rage you feel, have you ever been able to control it? Resist it?
I tried. For my mum, I tried for her. Telling the truth made me feel better. For a while.
Don't you think you should seek help? Talk to someone you trust, someone who cares about you.
No. And don't dare speak about me to your colleagues either. Keep your mouth shut tight. Especially about my mum.
Why is your mother protecting you, Seymour?
I'm her son. She's the only one who knows me. Sometimes I think she knows me better than I know myself.
I understand you love her, but can't you see the awful situation you've put her in?
Do you think my mum would have a better life if I were dead? She seems so sad to know me sometimes.
I understand your mother's situation. Obtaining justice at the price of betraying her own flesh. It's quite a dilemma.
It might be my mum's wish that I end up swinging from a hangman's noose. But she wouldn't want to be the one who ties a knot round my neck.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne. Good evening, Mrs. Fishburne. May I come in, please?
Of course. Dr. Reid. I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep. I've been nothing but worried. What can I do for you, Dr. Reid?
Your son's gone way beyond simply bullying people. He has a taste for blood, and you know it, don't you, Stella?
One night, he told me straight up, in his own words. It was several days after one of his episodes.
Why did he confess? Did you suspect something?
No. I guess he wanted his old mum to help him fight his, demons.
Did Seymour tell you everything that night?
More than I could stand. The words he used to describe his hate, his rage, how he feels when he's done it.
Tell me about these demons Seymour needs your help to fight.
Seymour used to be such a happy child. And he is still a helping son most of the time. But when he gets angry, he can hardly contain his rage.
All men and women are born innocent, Mrs. Fishburne. There can be a monster within any of us.
Do you think he can be cured, Doctor? Do you think something can extinguish this rage inside my Seymour?
Science has only just begun to investigate the mysteries of the human mind. Currently, we have more assumptions than fact.
There ain't no hope then. Somehow, somewhere, my son has turned into a monster, and nothing will bring him back.
Stella, I know you are ashamed of your son's crimes. So why do you protect Seymour?
I can't report my own son, can I? Not a burden I could bear.
Burden? How do you mean?
They'd hang him for sure. I won't send my only son to his death.
The situation will only get worse. Someone has to stop Seymour.
If someone ever found the courage to speak to the police, I will take my share.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
I still ain't find that dang lady. This one look like the one I rescued from the dogs. I mean, not dogs, named Cemetery. Way back over there. Maybe use a window shopper. Why did I come down here?
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reid.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect.
How long's it going to take to fix me properly? A month? A year?
You have the right to disapprove of our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you...
Nah, how the hell I walk into that?
I need to talk to you, Edgar.
Please.
So you manage a hospital financed by a vampire?
Yes, Pembroke was founded by Lady Ashbury. She's also our largest donor.
A convenient yet expensive way to have a fresh supply of blood on hand, day and night, don't you think?
All vampires drink blood by nature. Me, I praise the lady's exemplary moral fiber.
If I may inquire, how did you meet her?
Well, Jonathan, she sought me out and offered me the position. It's been a very profitable partnership for both parties.
Nurse Crane will not be returning to Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, really? Did something happen? She seems such a very capable woman.
Perhaps too capable. Nurse Crane also ran an illicit dispensary in Whitechapel. I had to ask for her resignation.
I see. Well, we'll just have to manage without her assistance.
Do you know anything about the vampire hunters in the East End?
Without a doubt, it's the Guard of Prewen. Zealots to the last man.
They're definitely well organized and equipped.
They're extremely dangerous and not to be trifled with. To them, you're a feral beast, and I, your accomplice.
Where do they come from?
Once they shared the Brotherhood's ideology on non-intervention, but they concluded vampires were a scourge.
We'll talk later. Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal
effect on me. But the suffering continues. So many deaths.
It's safer here than anywhere else in the East End.
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength. Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? One thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
She was a good person. Vibrant, full of life. She was kindness incarnate, my Mary.
You're a good person, Jonathan. And a young Ekon. A newborn cast into the night without so much as a candle to guide your way.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
How is it possible? Tell me. Is it so easy to take a life every night, and then just smile and nod at those you spared?
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You've felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
Thank you, my lady. I will.
Good. But be careful. If I found you here, others may too.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you?
Yo-yo.
Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion.
Who the fuck is that?
Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of
You
lone
funny.
wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon.
They got a big ass dog head.
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
Man, you better get your big muscle neck ass on somewhere.
These
Immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
This is no place for a gentleman.
I am no gentleman.
Shit, that leech is fast.
These are dead, man.
You are blinded by your false faith, imprisoned by your faith.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've told you once, this is a private concern.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest, as you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She has been laid to rest. That's all you need to know.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
She died because of me. How do you think I feel?
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What would you like her to know?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all.
Time to cut this off, man. The air is getting heavy.